Hey everybody, back again. I hope today isn't going to feel too much like a lecture. Our topic today is autoimmune diseases and how they're related to our diet. We know that there are over 100 autoimmune diseases, including things like rheumatoid arthritis and lupus. We probably all know someone who has an autoimmune disease. Did you know that new research is showing that diabetes is something that starts as inflammation at the cellular level, and it is therefore an autoimmune disease? And new studies are proving that this theory is right. So this means that type 2 diabetes, with all of its accompanying problems, is actually an autoimmune disease. So the stroke, heart attack, heart disease, kidney disease, glaucoma, all of those things that go along with type 2 diabetes are due to the inflammation that begins at the cellular level. And this is the cause of all autoimmune diseases. The same way as when the body gets a foreign object like a splinter or a cut and bacteria enters that area, then the body's white blood cells go in and mount a response and try to destroy the bacteria. The area becomes red and swollen, lots of times filled with pus. And this is the body's way of getting rid of those foreign things that have entered the body. Autoimmune diseases are developed when the body decides for some reason that certain cells are tissues, even organs, and the body's white blood cells start to try and destroy those just as it would those foreign cells that have entered the body through a cut or a splinter or something like that. So an autoimmune disease has a fairly simple explanation. However, it's a complex process. The body is attacking itself. It's attacking the tissues, the organs, the organ systems, because it's identified certain types of cells are foreign and are trying to destroy. So the question then is, what causes this? Well, there are several different things that can lead to an autoimmune disease, and there are factors that we have no control over, such as genetics. Some autoimmune diseases are more likely to occur in males than in females. There are environmental sources. But one of the things that we can control and that we do know is a major source of inflammation is the standard American diet, the Western diet. Because the Western diet is high in saturated fats and composed of a lot of processed foods, along with the sugar and butter and animal fats that are present, these are the things that cause inflammation at the cellular level. When these cells become reactive because they have had too much sugar circulating in the bloodstream and there's fat also there, the body treats those cells as if they're foreign because the cells are inflamed, and just as you have damaged cells in an area where you've had a cut or whatever, the body's immune system now sees those cells as damaged cells and begins to try and get rid of it. So because the Western diet is a factor, that's something that we can control. And we know that diet is a major factor. because there are countries that are adopting the Western diet, or the SAD, Standard American Diet. And those countries are seeing a rise in the numbers of autoimmune diseases. So it is due to the diet. In the Western diet, we have that cycle of fat and sugar, then we crave salt and fat, and then we crave sugar and fat, and then we crave salt and fat, and it really is an addiction. The good news, though, is that we can break this cycle. We can change and reduce the inflammation. And if you're someone who the doctor has told you is pre-diabetic, or the doctor has said, I think you're developing autoimmune disease, or even maybe you've already been diagnosed with an autoimmune disease, if we begin to eat a diet that includes fruits and vegetables and removes the processed foods, the sugars, the animal fats, and cheeses, then we can begin to reverse the effects of inflammation and reduce the inflammation and all of the problems that goes along with it. So when you're eating the standard American diet, that SAD diet, then your body is reacting, developing inflammation. If we can go back to a diet that is primarily fruits and vegetables, then we can reduce the inflammation. So we can get control of our bodies and get our bodies back to a better state of health simply by improving our diet. We can begin to reduce the effects. Have faith. If you have an autoimmune disease, or you're pre-diabetic, or even if you're already diabetic, you can make a huge change to your health. Talk to you soon.